Hi, I'm Mike Holman, and I'm here with the first of my interviews for what I call the Take Command Heroes. And these are the people that walk the talk, people that work full-time and still are in good shape. So that's the objective of this, is to introduce you to these people so you can learn from what they do. My first interviewee is my law partner, Jack Rosati. Jack is an outstanding trial attorney, and he's smart as a whip. He's a National Merit Scholar, is an undergraduate and an honors graduate of The Ohio State University, and now leads the Bricker Construction Department. So Jack, I'm going to ask you, how old are you to begin with?
I'm 53.
53. And how much do you weigh?
I weigh about 153 pounds.
153 pounds. Now, as I recall, you weighed a little bit more maybe a year or two ago?
I did. I weighed about 164, 165.
Jack has taken off some weight, and he's maintained that weight that he's taken off. And I know one of the reasons he's able to do that is because Jack works out a lot. But first, about how many hours a week do you work?
Typically, I work between 45 and 50 hours a week, but some weeks it's as much as 60.
And that's only half of it, because Jack has a long commute. Why don't you tell him a little bit about your commute?
I have about a 45-minute commute each way, so it's about an hour and a half a day.
So typically, what time do you get home in the evening?
I usually get home around 6 or 6:15.
Now, from talking to Jack before, I know that he works out most of the evenings to gets home. So Jack, why don't you talk to us a little bit about your evening workouts?
Sure. 2 days a week I dedicate to an hour of cardio. I use an elliptical now because my feet are such that I can't really run anymore. The other days I dedicate to strength training. I train each body part twice a week, and then 1 day a week I try to work in some combination muscular endurance and cardio in the form of calisthenics.
Now, how long do those muscular endurance calisthenics workouts take?
They take about an hour, maybe a little longer.
Okay, so about how many hours a week are you putting in your exercise program?
I shoot for about 6 hours a week. Most weeks I'm able to achieve that.
Okay, now, where do you work out? Because I know one of the prime concerns of anybody who's trying to start an exercise program is convenience. You want a convenient place to work out, and I know you live out in the country.
Yes, I have an exercise room dedicated in my house. It has a squat rack, free weights, dumbbells, and an elliptical trainer.
And the elliptical trainer, what kind do you have?
I have a Smooth Fitness elliptical trainer, but there are many good brands out there.
Good. So you work out about 6 hours a week, and that's really good because you're getting home at 6 o'clock, then jumping into your workout. Now, I know that you combine not only exercise, but a good eating program. So why don't you describe your eating program?
Yes, I'm not as committed to my eating program as I might be. I'm probably not as committed as you are to yours, Mike. But what I make sure I do is I make sure I work in at least 3 to 4 servings of vegetables and 2 to 3 servings of fruit. When I do that, I find that that combined with my protein requirements takes up most of my calories and keeps me from being hungry and craving a lot of unhealthy foods.
Now, one of the issues that comes up is a lot of people eat out a lot. And a lot of the food they eat out is large portions and also has a lot of sugar, salt, and saturated fat. Where do you eat most of your meals?
Well, we eat most of our meals at home, but when we eat out, my wife and I have agreed that we'll never go to an all-you-can-eat place again. Because if you go to an all-you-eat place and you're in our generation, then you try to eat all that you can eat. So we like to eat at Subway because even though there's some sodium involved in some of the meats, you can get a pretty healthy meal there.
And what the point Jack made there is really critical. He said he ate at Subway, and it's pretty good, except you get a lot of sodium. So what Jack is Jack is a mindful eater. He knows the nutritional content of what is in the food he eats, and that's vitally important that you do the same. And another thing is, for the most part, he's eating non-processed foods. He's eating natural foods, foods that are good for you, foods that are nutrient-dense and heart-healthy. Okay, now, are any other members of your family working out regularly?
Yes, both of my daughters who are now in college work out regularly, and they started working out in their early teen years. My wife works out regularly, probably 5 days a week at least.
Now, does it help having your own home exercise room?
It's really helpful. My wife has horses and spends a lot of time working on the farm around the horses, and so she needs something convenient that doesn't involve travel especially given the rural location that we live in.
So here you see a guy that's working probably 50 hours a week on average, traveling a long time. He works out 6 days a week. He's a mindful eater, and it shows. And it's something that all of us can do if we put our mind to it. We can make our health really a commitment. So Jack, thank you. I appreciate you being an interviewee.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.